Hello fellow collectors, how are you doing today? Frank here, back with another TTM show. TTM stands for Through the Mail. These are through the mail autograph successes that I get from sports players mostly. And here I have all hockey. This is an all hockey episode and I got 10 of them to show you today. 10 former members of the National Hockey League. And let's get right into this with no further ado. Get through these here. First off the bat, we have Mr. This is Mr. Bill Ranford. Bill Ranford here on 3 1990-91 scorecards. We got him here on this stopper card. The hair on the just looks like just a base card, and there he is winning the Stanley Cup Finals. That's cool. Like that one with the cup above his head, holding it up. And Mr. Ranford, he was a goalie in the NHL from 1986 to 2000, third round pick in 1985 by my Boston Bruins. And he played with the Bruins. He had 2 stints with them, 86, 87, 96 to 97. And he spent most of his big bulk of his career with the Edmonton Oilers, doing 2 stints in 87 and 96, 99 to 2000. And also played some time with the Washington Capitals, Tampa Bay Lightning, and Detroit Red Wings. And he won the Stanley Cup with the Edmonton Oilers twice, as a backup, 87-88, and as a starter, 89-90. And he looking good here. Thank you, Mr. Ranford. Do appreciate it. And he did answer a few questions. And by the way, this is out of Los Angeles, California, this return. And I asked Mr. Ranford, did you get a day with the Stanley Cup? If so, what did you do with it? Family and friends in North Westminster. Any advice for young players? Work hard, but have fun. Very nice return from Mr. Ranford. Next in line here, we have Mr. Rick Middleton. This is a return out of Manchester, New Hampshire. And I'm not positive which years these are. This is a 1980-81 OPG, and this is the 1981-82 OPG. And Mr. Rick Middleton. This took about 14 days to return. And actually, Mr. Ranford took 114 days. No fee as well, to mention. Right. So Mr. Middleton was a right winger in the NHL. He was the 14th overall pick in the 1973 amateur draft by the New York Rangers. He played with the New York Rangers briefly from 74 to 76, but he was most known for his time with the Boston Bruins for 1976 to 88. Apparently his best season was with the Bruins in 1981-82, scoring a career-high 51 goals, winning the Lady Byng Trophy for excellence, sportsmanship, and something else. I'm trying to learn about these hockey trophies. There are lots of different awards in hockeys with different names. So he won that in 81-82, and he was a second team all-star that season as well. Very, very nice, Mr. Middleton. Thank you very much. Looking great. I like that one there a lot. That one's a little smudged there, but that one looks very sharp. Very, very sharp. And I love TTM. What about you? What do you like here? Let me know as I go. Next in line here, we have this out of South Maine. We have Mr. Brad Park. And this is here on the record breaker card for most career playoff goals on an OPG of what year? I think that's maybe 79, 80. And on the 78-79, sorry. Don't know hockey year cards very well. I'm getting to know them better. So this is Mr. Brad Park. And this is my Hall of Famer in the batch here. This is the second time I got from Mr. Park. He's a great TTMer. He was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1988. Mr. Park was a defenseman, second overall pick in 1966 by the New York Rangers. He played in the NHL for 1968 to 1985 with the New York Rangers 68 to 75, Boston Bruins 75 to 83, and the Detroit Red Wings 83 to 85. Mr. Park was a 7-time All-Star, and he won the Bill Masterson Trophy in the 83-84 season. And apparently that's a trophy for perseverance, dedication, and he won that at the end of his career with the Detroit Red Wings. And hockey, nice free hockey Hall of Famer return. This took 16 days to return. They both look great there. I don't know which one you like better. I like that one there. I like them all. Thank you, Mr. Park. All right, we've done Ranford, Middleton, Park. And by the way, Rick Middleton did answer a few questions I forgot to share. I asked Mr. Middleton, what's a favorite memory for playing for the Bruins? Scoring a hat trick, my first game as a Bruin. Nice. Imagine that. First game with a new team. He gets a hat trick. Any advice, young player? Work on the fundamentals. Skating, passing, shooting, and stick handling. Play as much street hockey as you can. Excellent advice, Mr. Middleton. Excellent, excellent advice. I'm not a hockey player, but maybe there are some young hockey players out there. I have two left feet when it comes to skating. Can't skate worth a darn, so I never got into hockey, but that's great advice from a great hockey player. Play as much street hockey as you can. Play as much as you can. I think that's with any sport, really. Play as much as you can. Thank you so much, Mr. Middleton and Mr. Park. Moving along here, we have next in line, Mr. Gilbert. This was a 2-card set for return, so he added a couple things in there. And it took 19 days, no fee. This came out of Canada. And here we got him on the 1975-76 OPG. And on the, I like that down the bottom there, that's sweet. Sweet placement of signature there, Mr. Gilbert, and the 78-79. I think this is actually the second time I've got returned, because I've got these before too. So I might give these away at some point. Might do a giveaway for these. I have a couple of these already. The old hockey goalie mask. Of course, he was a goalie in the NHL from 1969 to 83. He was a third-round pick by the Minnesota North Stars in the 1969 amateur draft. He played with the North Stars briefly from 1970 to 73, and he played a big chunk of his career with the Boston Bruins from 1973 to 80, and the Detroit Red Wings from 1980 to 83. So, thank you so much, Mr. Gilbert. I know I don't do a lot of hockey, but when I do hockey, I do hockey. And I've had these sitting in my queue a while, waiting to be shown. Mr. Gilbert did answer a few questions. What did you enjoy most about playing for the Bruins? Teamwork, great friendships, great city, playing with Bobby Orr. Wow, he put to play with Bobby Orr. Awesome. Any advice for young players? You work hard in practice, same way you play in regular games. You will always look good. Never give up. Never give up. So, thank you so much, Mr. Gilbert. Moving along. We got next Mr. Gary Dornhoefer. This was a 2-for-2, took 20 days. No fee, out of Wilmington, Delaware. Here on, this is a 06-07 Parkhurst card with the Philadelphia Flyers. Looking sweet there. Nice on the ice. I like where you placed that. And across the jersey. Very nice. This was the 78 OPG. Mr. Dornhoefer was a right winger. He played in NHL from 1963 to 78. With the Boston Bruins from 1964 to 66. And he played the bulk of his career at the Philadelphia Flyers 1967 to 78. He's a two-time Stanley Cup winner with the Flyers, back-to-back in the 73-74 season, the 74-75 season. Both look great there. Thank you, Mr. Dornhoefer. And he did answer a few questions as well, which I always do appreciate. I asked him, what's your favorite memory playing the NHL? First game, first goal, Stanley Cup. Any advice for young players? Give your best at all times. Later in life, when you look back at your career, if you didn't give your best, you wish you would have. Yeah, well, indeed. You know, you don't want to have any regrets. So always do your best. All right, let's move down the line here. We have next in the box, we got a old-time hockey player here. This is Mr. Don McKenney. This was a 2-for-2, took 24 days. This was for a $5 fee, so he does ask for a small fee. I'm not sure if it's for one card or two cards, but I did send two, and he did sign two. And this was out of Providence, Rhode Island. So I have him here on the. It's a reprint card. This is a 1994 Parker's Missing Link card. It's a reprint of older card. I don't know what year, but and this is a 94 Parker's Tall Boy with the Toronto Maple Leafs with some silver ink there. Both look really nice. I like it with the silver ink. That's sweet. Mr. McKenney was a center in the NHL. He played for 1953 to 1970. He played with the Boston Bruins 1954 to 62, New York Rangers 63 to 64, Toronto Maple Leafs 64 to 65, Detroit Red Wings 65, 66, and the St. Louis Blues 67, 68. And he did win a Stanley Cup with the Toronto Maple Leafs during the 1963-64 season, and he did win the Lady Byng Trophy with the Boston Bruins in 1959 and 1960. Later on, after his playing career, sorry, I'm off the camera a little bit there. I haven't done it like this in a while. I've been doing those graphic videos, but I thought I would go old school here and do it this way with all these hockey returns. He was an assistant coach with Northeastern for 1970 to 89, and the head coach in 1989 to 91. So after his career, he was a coach with Northeastern. So thank you so much, Mr. McKenney. Nice looking signs there. And I love getting those old-time hockey players from the golden age of hockey. All right. Let's move this right along here. A little longer here. Thank you for sticking with me here. Next we got Mr. Greg Sheppard here on the 1977 to 78, and all the best, Frank. Greg Sheppard, same there, and this is on the 76-77 card with the Boston Bruins. I like the personalization there. Really cool. Like Brad Park says to Frank as well. I didn't even mention that. Didn't even notice that. All right, so Mr. Park. Oh, Mr. Park. Nope, sorry. Mr. Sheppard. This was a 2-for-2. Took 25 days. This is out of Canada. This is a Canada return as well. Mr. Sheppard was a center in the NHL from 1972 to 82. He played with the Boston Bruins from 1972 to 1978 and the Pittsburgh Penguins from 1978 to 82. So very nice. I do appreciate it very much. Mr. Sheppard, very cool. All right, got a few more to go here. We got one here from Mr. John WENSINK. Mr. John WENSINK here on the 1977, 78, 79 OPG. And this was a 2-for-1. He did sign in my letter as well. I'll show you in a minute. 42 days, no fee. Out of St. Louis, Missouri. Mr. WENSINK was a left winger, 7th round pick in the 1973 draft by the St. Louis Blues. Played in the NHL from 1973 to 83. The St. Louis Blues, 73-74. Boston Bruins, 76 to 80. And played a season with the Quebec Nordiques, Colorado Rockies, and New Jersey Devils to round out his career. And I'll put that down. He did answer a few questions. And what did he say on my letter here? I don't remember. I haven't looked at it lately. But he signed the letter there. Frank, good luck with your collection. Be safe. John WENSINK, number 18. Very nice. All right, and he did answer a few questions, Mr. WENSINK. What's your favorite memory playing for the Bruins? Being called up, scoring my first goal in my first game as a Bruin. Playing for the team was a lot of fun. For the team he was a fan of. I don't know if he's local. I didn't go with biographies in this one. Oh, he's from Canada, but he's just a fan of him. I didn't read that right. Playing further. Any advice for young players? Practice. You play how you practice. Most important is to have fun. Always important in there. Have fun. Thank you, Mr. WENSINK. We got 2 more to go here. We have a show this is out of. It's not even postmarked. Don't remember where I sent it to. But this was a 3-for-2, so I got two cards signed here and took Mr. Don Cherry, and he threw this card in here. And here, this is, I was trying to find some cards. So I ordered these online. I didn't have any Mr. Cherry cards, Don Cherry cards, so I got these Duracell All Cherry Team cards. So I guess if I wanted to, I can check my battery levels as well on the back here, but I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll just enjoy these autographs. I like that in the silver ink there. The All Cherry Power Check Team. Very, very, very nice. So Mr. Cherry, and here he sent this. Oh, this is really cool, with his dog there too. I guess his dog. To my pal Frank, Don Cherry, and Blue. So yeah, and Blue. That's what he had. His dog's name was Blue. And so Mr. Cherry, he initially was a defenseman with the Boston Bruins from 1954 to 72, but then he was a successful head coach with the Bruins from 1974 to 80. 5 seasons as the head coach for the Boston Bruins. In the 70s, he made it to Stanley Cup twice, losing to the Canadiens in back-to-back years, but they did make the Stanley Cup. Not to mention too much about losing, but they made the playoffs each of the seasons that he was the head coach. So pretty darn good there. Each to make it, and he won the 1975-76 Jack Adams Award, Coach of the Year Award, with the Boston Bruins. Very, very nice. This took 63 days to return. Very, very nice. Man, those are awesome. That's awesome. That's an awesome addition there. Thank you, Mr. Cherry. Yeah, those are really cool. They did answer a few questions. I know I'm going a little late here with 20 minutes, but I'm trying to keep under 20 here. But I don't think I will, but that's okay. What's your favorite memory coaching the Bruins? Beating Philly. Any advice for young players? Work hard. Beating Philly. Got a shout out to the hot corner there. I'm sorry. They beating your Philly team. I don't know. I have to look back and see what the, what playoff that was, beating Philly. I didn't grow up during that era, but I know of that era. They had some great teams, Bobby Orr era. So I just know what I learn and read about. I grew up during the era of Ray Bork and Naily and all those guys in the 80s, 90s. That was my era, but I like going back in history here and getting some of the classic Bruins here. And I thank you so much, Mr. Cherry. I do appreciate it very much. Finally, 21 plus minutes here. Thank you for sticking with me, fellow collectors. It's always fun to join you here. I haven't done these in a while, and I'm having fun today. I'm back in the groove. We got Reggie Leach. This is Mr. Reggie Leach. Here on the 2001 Topps OPC Archives card, sweet, like a reprint card, number 27, with the Boston Bruins. And here on the 77 OPC, and this was 2 for 2. Took 65 days. This was out of Canada. Reggie Leach was a right winger in the NHL. His nickname, I guess, was the Riveting Rifle or the Chief. And he was a third overall pick by the Boston Bruins in the 1970 amateur draft. Played in the NHL for 1970-84. The Boston Bruins 70-72. California Golden Sails 72-74. Philadelphia Flyers 74-82. That was the bulk of his career with the Flyers. And the Detroit Red Wings 82-83, and he won the Stanley Cup with the Flyers in 1975. And he won the Stanley Cup MVP in the 75-76 season. Although they lost that Stanley Cup Finals, he still won the MVP in that one. So thank you so much, Mr. Reggie Leach. Man, I gotta go to my Bruins card, but they both look great here. We'll put that right up there. So, man, we got a good haul here. Thank you, Mr. Bill Ranford. Thank you, Mr. Rick Middleton. Thank you, Mr. Brad Park. Thank you, Mr. Gilbert. Thank you, Mr. Gary Dornhoefer, Mr. Don McKenney, Mr. Greg Shefford, Mr. John Westsink, Mr. Don Cherry, and Mr. Reggie Leach. Appreciate it, and thank you for sticking with me here 23 minutes. And I appreciate you joining me. I am getting back in the groove. These are ones that have been sitting in my queue for a while, but I'm starting to send out TTM again. Sent out a bunch of baseball recently for some of my sets I'm working on. So I'm back in the groove. Kind of needed that rest and back with it. So anyways, thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. Take care. I'll talk to you really soon. God bless. Peace. Later, everybody. Man, look at that. Love TTM. What about you? What do you like? Which one did you like the most? All right. Take care. Bye.